Ooh, happy Halloween and welcome to this very spooky unboxing of Mysterium Park. Now, if you've listened to much of our podcast or our other game reviews or anything like that, you'll know that Mysterium is my favourite game of all time. So picking up Mysterium Park was a bit of a no-brainer for me, really. It makes very clear on the back of the box here that Mysterium Park is a quick, accessible game set in the Mysterium universe. Though both games have similarities, Mysterium Park is not an expansion to Mysterium. So this is a brand new game. It is its own thing. I imagine it's going to play much the same. It certainly looks as if it's coming in a far more handier travel kind of size rather than carrying around a big box of some sort. Let's have a read of the back and see what we've got in store for us here. With its cotton candy, its circus, and its dark secrets. The park's former director disappeared a few years ago, but the investigation turned up nothing. Since that night, weird things have been happening on the fairgrounds. As psychics, you're convinced that a ghost haunts the carnival. You're now intent on giving it a chance to reveal the truth. In this cooperative game, the ghost sends visions with illustrated cards. The psychics try to interpret them in order to rule out certain suspects and locations. Then they'll seize their only chance to piece together what happened to the director. You have only 6 nights before the carnival leaves town. Open your minds and find the truth. Now, like I say, one of my favourite games of all time. Even if this is more of the same thing, I'm really going to enjoy this game. So I'm really excited about this one. So I'm just going to jump straight in and see what we've got in here. Okay, so this is what we want right here. It's Mysterium Park. I am hugely excited. It's worth noting that this is actually a really heavy box. Considering it's a smaller size than most other board game boxes, it certainly feels like you're getting a whole board game in here. So let's have a look first at the boring bit, at the rules. How are we looking? It is fairly concise. Not an awful lot there. Kind of like the looks of this. Good sign already. First thing we're faced with is a punch board. You have these orbs. Are these replacing the player pieces from before, maybe? I'm not too sure. And it looks like we've got some new mechanics because we've got some parts that I don't recognise here. We've got some tickets here. We've got ourselves light, and we have something else there. They may be replacing old parts from the main Mysterium game, but I suppose we'll find out in a minute. So, this looks like it could be the player board. It's interesting, there's no shield in this one. You had kind of like a Game Master style shield from an RPG in the old Mysterium game. You don't have that here. But we do have this right here. Yeah, not exactly clear what this is going to mean yet. It looks like you've got your number of nights down the side here. I imagine you're going to have a spread of the different culprits and locations on here, I imagine, because yeah, there is no shield on this one, so it certainly is going to play differently. I'm wrong about the player markers, because you have your player markers right here, just the same as Mysterium. Nice plastic crystal ball in 5 different colours. We also have a standee for something, so we'll see when we get to that. And then you have cards upon cards upon cards. So let's have a look at some of these. Okay, so this is starting to make things a little clearer now. So it looks like in this one, there has to be an easier way of opening cards, especially for these unboxing videos. Half the time you just have me kind of like fumbling trying to open decks of cards. There we go. Okay, so it looks like these correspond to the board. So I imagine these... Okay, here's my theory looking at this straight off the bat. I think these cards here are going to go into here. So they'll slot in there, and then the ghost is going to have those there. I think they're going to be guiding people to these spaces that were on the board that you just had. This is my interpretation of how this game is going to play. It'll be interesting to see if I am correct about that. And oh, this is cool. I've just noticed this. You've got all these little slots in here, so you can put all your pieces in. I'm a big fan of when they think about how exactly you're going to slot your game away. When you get a solution like this, it's always very much appreciated. Okay, I have a feeling, oh no, there's going to be some different cards in this stack here. So let's open these up and take a look at what we have in here. The top bits look like it's going to be things that we don't have to worry about here because we've already seen them in the last stack. No, I'm wrong. It is all more of the same. Okay. Right, some big top cards. So, I'm guessing this is where you're going to get your locations and your other bits from. So yeah, here we go. We have some locations, obviously backstage, costume room, candy store. Yep, so this is going to be your locations deck. So your ghost is going to be trying to move the psychics around the board and trying to get them to pick out these locations, which means these, yep, these are going to be our suspects. So let's open up. And yep, here we go. Some suspects here. Spooky book on the side there. Oh, it looks like a wrestler or a strongman or something like that. Oh, that's going to be the person out of the cannon. Security guard, quite obvious. A magician, looking very familiar. I think he may be returning from the original Mysterium. But yeah, we have a whole host of suspects there. Which means, this is the big one. This is going to be the most interesting component of this game. Because these, I believe, are going to be your vision cards. So if you've ever played something like Dixit before, this is going to be all too familiar. You just have weird abstract art on all of these, and it looks all very, very cool. So that's everything. That is everything you get in here. This certainly looks like it's very much scaled back, so it's more of an introduction to Mysterium, I would say. I largely say that because there's no items in this, so there's a whole phase that's actually wiped out of this game. So this looks like it may be more of a beginner style game, so like an introduction to Mysterium, scaled down. It's probably going to be playing a bit quicker as well. That's just my interpretation of what I'm getting from this. Maybe we'll get a review out there someday of this as well. If you have enjoyed this unboxing, then please do go and follow us on Twitter at EverybodyDice and on Instagram at EverybodyDiceShow. We have a Facebook page too. You can find it at facebook.com/EverybodyDice. And please do go over and check out our Twitter channel where Ian is doing an Star Wars RPG at the moment at twitch.tv/EverybodyDice. Apart from that, if you've really enjoyed what we do, kick the microphones down there, and want to throw a buck or two our way so we can invest in better microphone stands than this that take up a huge amount of space, then you can go to patreon.com/everybodydice and you can become a patron for as little as $1 a month. And there you will get an audio newsletter, among other things as well, for your donations. Thank you very much for joining us. There should be some stuff on screen now if you would like to click those, and there should be a subscribe button as well in the center. Please do that too. And if you've enjoyed this video, please do give it a like and share it with your friends. It really helps us grow. Thank you very much for joining us. See you next time. Bye.